Move on to 3.12, Chancellor's reports.
Thank you, President Reese. I'd like to start with Laney College this evening to give their report first, followed by Berkeley City College, and then College of Alameda, and then last would be Merritt College. And then I just have a few comments at the end. So President Besikof.
Thank you, Chancellor. Good evening, Chancellor Jackson, President Napoli Abella-Reese, members of the governing board, colleagues in education, valued students, and members of our esteemed community. I begin my report tonight by highlighting a special Laney College Career and Technical Education Department, and in addition, thanking an industry partner that has shown incredible stewardship, resulting in opportunity, success, and gainful employment for our students. This spring, 24 Laney College machine technology students were awarded over $19,000 in scholarships through the Peralta Foundation, funded through donations by the Gene Haas Foundation. The Laney Machine Technology Haas Foundation Scholarship has been offered since 2013, and over that period, 225 scholarships have been awarded for a total of more than $175,000. During that time, no student in machine technology who has applied has been turned down for an award. What's more, students receiving these awards who complete their studies ultimately end up working for industry partners such as the Lawrence Livermore National Lab, the Lawrence Berkeley National Lab, NASA, East Bay Municipal Utility District, San Francisco Public Utilities Commission, and Google, to name a few. Additionally, a small number of students have started their own shops, while several currently have entered the teaching field, both in secondary and post-secondary education. These achievements would not be possible without the help of the Peralta Colleges Foundation as well. Additional funding for these efforts is also provided by donations from Laney College machine technology faculty, other companies, and past graduates of the program. I would like to extend thanks to Department Chair Adam Balog for his leadership, and extend additional thanks to his predecessor as chair, Louis Quinlan, who now currently provides service to our district as an active member of the Peralta Colleges Foundation. I'm also pleased to welcome Dr. Marlon Hall to the Laney community in his role as the acting vice president of student services. He joins us as an established educational leader with a wealth of senior level management experience. In addition to his previous time in student services as vice president, his career also includes roughly 9 years as a college president. He holds a Doctor of Education degree in educational leadership and change, as well as 2 Master of Arts degrees in education, one of them in administration and supervision, and the other in the teaching of reading and English as a second language. Dr. Hall's career in education, especially as a vice president and president, is distinguished by his attention to the student experience, and we are so grateful to have him on our team. Finally, I'd like to close my report tonight by highlighting one of our outstanding classified professionals. This week, we are sending best wishes from the Laney community to Ms. Blanca Montes de Oca, a Laney graduate who has given a full career of service to Laney College. After graduating from Laney and then serving and working as a work-study employee, she was hired full-time in 1995 as a senior clerical assistant who was part of the then new Laney College Assessment Center. For the last 26 years, she continued in service as the student personnel services specialist within enrollment services, supporting so many of our students. Also, in addition to her regular duties, I will remember Ms. Montes de Oca for her constant presence at Laney College participatory governance committee meetings, especially the Budget Advisory Committee, the College Council, and then of course her service as a classified senator. All of us at Laney wish her the very best. This concludes my report this evening.
Good evening, President Napoli Abella-Reese, Chancellor Jackson, trustees, and colleagues. In addition to the written report in your board packet, I wanted to share a few items. The first is, I would like to share that through a grant from the City of Berkeley, the Community Health Education Institute has selected Berkeley City College student Jerry Shao, his art to be posted at Yali's Cafe. Jerry Shao was a student in Michael Bobbitt's class and selected as the winner because his art points out the health hazards of sugar and the benefits of water consumption. Jerry joins a cadre of BCC students whose health, education, art are displayed throughout downtown Berkeley. And just earlier today, we were able to get a photo with the student in the community with the local business owners. So if you are in downtown Berkeley, please stop by Yali's Cafe to see his art. I would also like to invite you to join me in congratulating Vice President of Instruction, Cooney Hay, for being voted as the president-elect of the California Community College Chief Instructional Officers Association. Yes, she is part of a duo where they represent the first ever Asian Americans to lead the association in its history. I think it represents so much of the very best of our district, and I'm grateful that we have such an amazing colleague in our community. I want to share that this week, the executive board for the California Community Colleges Organización de Latinx for Empowerment, Guidance, and Advocacy for Success, long title, also known as Colegas, is holding their retreat at Berkeley City College this week. This group has organized over the past few years in the interest of providing support and services and development for Latinx professionals in the name of student success and completion. Yesterday evening, the BCC Science Advisory Board meeting hosted by the science faculty and led by faculty members Barbara DeRoche and Sam Gillette had a robust discussion regarding the advancements in the field and the role that BCC can play to contribute to the industry. Among our partners and advisory members included Bayer, Kaiser Permanente, OUSD, oh, excuse me, not OUSD, UCSF Benioff, getting my acronyms mixed up. And a special treat was having a former biotech student who went through the BCC program, who is now at Kaiser Permanente, and now through Kaiser Permanente is on our advisory board. And he really contributed or attributed his success and his opportunity and the pathway to being able to start that career at Berkeley City College. So we were very excited to have him join last night. And in closing, you'll see that then in the board packet, we have another agenda item that's related to the community health worker program. This is an area of growth and expansion for Berkeley City College to continue to be a support and a workforce training element for all of the healthcare community needs in the local area. With that, that concludes my report for this evening. Thank you.
Good evening, President Reese, trustees, Chancellor Jackson, colleagues, and guests. I am pleased to provide this report for the College of Alameda. This report highlights some of the amazing members of the College of Alameda family. First, I would like to thank the Board of Trustees for approving the appointment of Dr. Diana Barami as COA's new Vice President of Instruction. Dr. Barami has served the district and college for more than 20 years in both faculty and administrative roles. With this appointment, we now have a complete leadership team. I would also like to thank Paula Armstead for her dedicated and impactful service to the College of Alameda and to bid her a farewell. Paula currently serves as our Associate Dean of Educational Success and has been with College of Alameda for the past 15 years. Paula, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, see, where am I? Okay, Paula has been an exceptional equity champion and leader for College of Alameda. At her farewell celebration this afternoon, students, faculty, and staff shared their reflection of working with Paula. What I found so moving in their remarks was the tremendous love and respect they conveyed regarding her, bringing into sharp focus the great impact that she has had on our campus. We'll miss Paula and wish her all the best. Last month, we recognized three really terrific students for their academic success and achievement. First of all, Kalina Tran was our valedictorian. Kalina studied biology at College of Alameda. Next year, she will be transferring to the University of California, Davis, majoring in nutrition science. Samantha Yan was a salutatorian. Samantha graduated from the College of Alameda Science and Technology Institute in 2018, while earning an associate degree in liberal arts, and then returned to College of Alameda in 2021, earning 2 additional degrees. She will now be pursuing a bachelor's degree in chemistry at UC Berkeley. Jennifer Stone was our President Medallion recipient. Jennifer graduated COA with an Associate of Arts degree in Natural Science and 2 associate degrees, one in math and the other in physics. This fall, Jennifer will be transferring to UCLA, majoring in computer engineering. I applaud and celebrate the exceptional achievement of these wonderful students and wish them continued academic success. I would also like to say that one of the things that I'm very excited about, being someone who has a STEM background, seeing these wonderful women entering the STEM field fills my heart with great joy and pride. Okay, on June 8th, the Alameda Science and Technology, or ASTE, class of 2022 celebrated their graduation. ASTE principal Tracy Corbali recognized several major accomplishments, including the fact that a remarkable 40% of ASTE seniors have already earned 1 or more associate degree from Peralta community colleges. Combined, the ASTE class of 22 completed over 2,700 plus hours of academic units with an average GPA of 3.75. The COA ASTE partnership is strong, productive, and highly valued. This is a collaboration between AUSD and the Peralta Community Colleges District. Dr. Diana Barami delivered an inspirational remarks on behalf of me while I was away attending my own daughter's graduation from the University of Oregon. Lastly, on May 25th, the college celebrated the many contributions of our classified professionals who serve our students, our college, and the district throughout the year. The outdoor event was well attended, where participants enjoyed a delicious lunch, music, and gifts provided by our management team. It was my great honor to thank and to recognize the outstanding work of these dedicated colleagues. This ends my report for this evening. Thank you.
Chancellor, President Napoli Bellarice, Board of Trustees, colleagues and community, good evening. Typically, I would use my time to share the good and exciting things that we're doing up at Merritt. And the board report that I submitted, for example, there is news about the Pre-Collegiate Academy that we recently hosted. You will also take note of our new partnership with the Black Girls with Blazers Incorporated, which is an organization focused on empowering young African-American women. Normally, I would even share that this afternoon we held a screening of a film commemorating the Stonewall Riots, 1969, which we know is a seminal moment in the LGBTQ plus movement. But tonight, I want to spend my time to honor and remember Professor Ron Moss. So a week and a half ago, we lost Ron to cancer, and my campus is still reeling from the news. For those who did not know him, I want to try to convey who this man was and what this man meant to us. As difficult as it is to encapsulate someone's life in just a few words, suffice it to say that Ron had a compelling story. As he freely shared with colleagues and classes, 12 years ago, Ron arrived at Merritt College as a student himself and as someone who was struggling mightily with addiction. He enrolled in the community social services / substance abuse program, which we call COSER at Merritt, and he came under the mentorship of the indomitable Dr. Bill Love. So everyone that knows Bill Love, you know what I'm talking about. I see some people nodding, you know Dr. Love. And from there, Ron took off. He earned his degree from Merritt. He transferred to Cal and earned not one, but 2 degrees there, the MSW being the capstone. And his star continued to rise. He returned to Merritt and began teaching in COSER. When Dr. Love retired, he passed the baton to Ron. And on March 8th, 2022, this board approved his tenure. So that night I called to actually congratulate him because he had become a tenured professor in the very program that he credited for saving his life. And I was teasing him a little bit for not being kind of as excited as I was. And that's when he shared the news of his terminal diagnosis. And even though I knew he had been ill, kind of stunned by the revelation. But over the next hour, we talked and laughed and cried a little bit and laughed some more, and because that's who Ron was, indomitable as well. So in closing, I say, let us find comfort in the remembrance of the good times that we shared with him, and draw inspiration from his life and legacy. And that concludes my report for the evening.
Thank you, President. I'd like to, first of all, start by thanking the presidents publicly and their staff for providing an update on their educational master plans. We are flipping it a bit in that the educational master plans will help to inform the district's strategic plan. On the agenda tonight is an agreement that we are putting forward for consideration with West Ed that will help us in that process. As each of the individual colleges are different, so too is the district, but they will help us to craft the document that will encapsulate what we are looking at in terms of a vision for the next 5 years. So thank you again, presidents. I'd also, in the military, we call it hail and farewell. And I'd like to start, I have a special place in my heart. As all of you know, I started my career as an administrator here in Peralta as the Vice President of Instruction at College of Alameda, and then went on to be president. So I want to, the hail part of it goes out to Dr. Diana Bajrami. I think she is an example of the quality of faculty and staff that we have within the district, that she could start as a faculty member, be a department chair, worked on an interim basis, and now is the permanent vice president of instruction. My farewell also goes out to an individual at College of Alameda, Paula Armstead, who I've known since she came to this district 16 years ago. Bubbly, full of passion, students love her, and she will be sorely missed, and I wish her well on the next chapter of her life. And then last, in keeping with what President Johnson said, I also want to ask the board if they would close and adjourn this session in honor of Ron Moss. Our condolences go out to his family. He was a great person. And with that, I'll turn it back over to the president.
Dr. Johnson, at the end, I'm going to hand it back to you so we can close the meeting in Professor Moss's honor at the very end. Okay. And then I'll kind of carry on what the Chancellor had just said in terms of the first part of her congratulations. If I had a glass of wine, I think I would cheer the many congratulations there are. So in terms of Laney, congratulations to the Machine Technology Scholarships. Congratulations to Louis Quinlan, who's playing an active role in the foundation. I'm glad that after retirement, he decided to do more work. And then also to Lorena Baldozo for receiving the Golden Medallion. Over at BCC, the artist student, Jerry Shao, I will most definitively go see that work. So congratulations to him. And of course, to Kuni Hay. That's awesome. That's really, really fantastic. And then also to the student panelists, he didn't say his name, but what an admirable thing to see his life go in that particular direction. Start of, what's his name? Willard Chang. So congratulations to Willard Chang for sure. And then over at COA, as you had said, congratulations to Dr. Bazrami. That is just fantastic in terms of her trajectory. And as I already told you, very impressed by her. So I'm so glad that she did get that position. Congratulations to Paula on her retirement, and to the 3 students, Kalina, Samantha, and Jennifer. And then of course, Dr. Johnson. I did not know Professor Ross, but I just hearing a little bit about him, his life story is truly an inspiration to all of us and will live palpably to many students and many people's lives and hearts. So thank you for closing later on in his honor. All right, let us move on to number 4.